So here we are with the Season 2 finale, Episode 7 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Last episode, with the 3 moons of enchantment aligned, Shadow Weaver made her escape after, using Catra to escape, and this didn't click into my head until now, which was, man, Horde's not gonna be happy about this, so we'll just have to see what's going to happen there. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access in the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. Oh yeah, the transmission. I forgot to talk about that last episode. Marta. Yeah, I need to write that down. Is a Serenia? Or maybe Serenia is another person. Uh-oh.
No! Was that today? This can't be happening, not now! No.
What's going on? Because, Shadow Weaver is... Uh-oh. Damn. That's a nice knife.
He's in trouble. Both tracker pad and arrows are gone.
Tracker and arrow?
Through my window. The note that says I'm
Fine. Don't
follow me.
It means that he's not follow. He's not fine.
Where does Bo go when he's not at Bright Moon? Seriously? How long have you been friends again? Look, Bo really values never talked about his past or where he came from.
Oh, interesting.
Know how talkative and open Bo usually is.
Interesting. That makes perhaps his past is the reason why he is the way he is.
Bo definitely came this way, judging from the broken twigs, sap, and his incredibly distinct footprints.
Fucking hearts. Wow, just yet another place that has not been discovered yet.
We have to find Bo and get him out of this. Library?
Wow. It's a manor out here.
Have you ever heard of a library in the Whispering Woods?
Sounding like a Harry Potter theme song for a second there. Oh? He's dressed differently, eh? Shh. He's wearing a shirt that doesn't cover his belly. That does cover his belly. Oh, that's why he's like not now, because he's part of a royal family.
Who are these people? Play along. This is Adora and Glimmer.
From the academy.
Adora, Glimmer, meet my dad.
Oh, his 2 dads.
We're so happy to finally meet both school friends.
Oh shit. Damn, dude, the grip strength. Oh. Oh, she thought she saw Shadow Weaver.
Hey now, Catra. Lonnie was just trying to answer your... You have your orders. Next person who questions me gets to see Shadow Weaver's old cell up close. Said, move!
Shadow Weaver is out of her cage, dude. Paranoia up the max. So, like, they're just living here in the Whispering Woods?
Academy of Historic Enterprises with both.
Yep, change of thing. At the
Academy.
Academy.
Damn, that man is chugging tea. Oh.
What was I doing?
Snacks. Man just has ADHD. Bro's older brother.
Bo has an older brother? So nice.
Youngest of 13. All his
13?
graduates and takes over the library, right, Bo? About the land, it looks like he's not very catty today. No need to keep a reminder of the princesses and their war here.
But the Horde started the war, and the princesses are fighting to save Etheria.
Oh, uh-oh.
Young to remember the first failed princess alliance. I'm not. I enlisted. Fought for what I thought was right.
Mmm.
Can we not? And when I came home, there was nothing left of my village but ash. I vowed then that my family would never get mixed up in fighting or the princesses again.
but like, there's still a war going on, and like, the Horde is fucking up the planet itself, like...
Well, I know what'll lighten the mood. Baby pictures.
Oh my god.
Some great ones from Bo's first bubble bath. I'm gonna show Adora and Glimmer my room now.
No!
Bo, what is going on?
Adora.
My dads don't know I'm a rebellion fighter.
Of course.
So this is why you never talked about your past? I thought it was because it was dark
That
and
can painful.
But your dad seems so nice and normal.
But he doesn't want to tell them that he's fighting the rebellion.
They decided when I was a little kid that I was going to be the one to stay home and take over the library when they retired. I wanted to travel, to fight. So I did the only thing I could.
Ran away.
I secretly taught myself archery, ran away, and pretended I was at a made-up boarding school.
Yeah, understandable.
And if Lance knew I didn't want to be a historian, worse, if George knew that I'm a rebellion soldier fighting alongside princesses,
So you're just gonna lie to them forever.
not forever.
Maybe until when the war ends.
Everything.
Sure, why not? We could be scholars.
Scholars.
By the way, I may have said in my letters that Glimmer is a physics major, Adora is an art major, nobody is a princess or has magical powers, and we all met freshman year. Okay? Let's go.
Backstory done. No teleporting.
Hey, Catra. Listen, I've been looking for anything suspicious, just like you said, but this is a fright zone, so that's... Okay, Wildcat, I really didn't want to have to do this.
Uh-oh.
You leave me no choice. What are you doing?
I'm gonna tuck you in bed. Oh.
How are we supposed to handle that? Shadow Weaver escaped. I have to find her before Horde...
Rick learns the truth.
No, we'll find Shadow Weaver, the two of us, and not a word of it will leave this room.
Except that baby just stared at us and laughed like a Mario character. What the fuck?
Is where Bo played pretend as a little boy.
Wow. Holy shit.
Mr. Bo's dad, sir. At first glance,
Mr. Bo's dad.
do you
Story ons.
Kira?
Accurate translations are hard to come by, but we think the name was actually Hera.
Well, that's not right.
But you don't know that for sure, Adora.
Hurrah.
For the power of Grayskull.
For the honor of Grayskull.
And rode on a dragon.
Damn. That must have been her spirit animal back then.
Dragon? You know, the physics are good. The history is also good.
I thought you were an art major.
Yeah, the art is awesome.
He's a double major.
Oh, wow.
History,
Art history. That's
three.
a major.
Gotta be honest, I thought Bo was making you up.
Really?
You know how Bo is. Shy,
Quiet, nuts. The opposite.
This is gonna take hours.
Hours, maybe
Weeks.
And if you're really lucky, it might take you a whole lifetime.
Well, this one's about aqueducts, so it's mislabeled.
Wait, you can read first writing?
I also study
Was
linguistics. It's
wow. Damn.
it says lunch.
Oh no.
I don't know, maybe I should help with the school project.
Oh, this is the puppy eyes. We can see where Bo got it from.
What's up with you? Secret family, and you're supposed to be inherently hate pirates, and you never told me about any of this.
I thought we were friends.
I feel like I don't know you.
Oh,
Glimmer, you know everything about me.
the real me.
Oh, this one's easy. This is a password to open it.
A password.
It's
Oh shit, it's actually a... Rip.
This'll be a piece of cake.
Adora, wait!
For the honor of Grayskull!
Gray skull! It's Hura! A sixth major in She-Ra. What the fuck?
They really get into that.
Oh, Bo, you gotta come and help them.
You've run into them before?
Who are you?
You get back here! Never mind. Stay away.
Wait, is Lance wearing shorts? Have you tried going around? It seems like there's space behind her. That was holding him back? Oh. Thanks for the runestone, brother. Oh, it sealed itself back up again.
What is going on?
Alright, gotta tell him the truth.
I lied to you. There is no Academy of Historic Enterprises. I've been living at Brightmoon, fighting in the rebellion alongside Adora and Princess Glimmer. But why? I've never wanted to be a historian. I'm not a shy bookworm. I'm not a genius like you two. I make things. I'm a soldier.
Oh.
That's who I am, and I can't, even though I know I'm breaking your heart.
What's breaking our hearts is the fact
Yup.
that you thought you had to lie about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're not mad, but I'm a fighter, and you hate fighters.
I could never hate you. Never. If you feel like you belong.
Yeah, you're an individual, not a whole fighter group.
You only listened to me if I said what you wanted to hear.
We had no idea you felt that way. We were just trying to encourage you to pursue your dreams. We thought we were being supported.
And we're proud of you.
Definitely. Oh,
This is a family hug, princesses. You're both family too.
oh, oh. Stars.
The first ones used them to navigate after mythical heroes, including Serenia.
Oh.
The constellations and only over one place.
The Crimson Waste. Then that's
Okay, so that's where we saw it.
You can't just go into the Crimson Wave. No one's ever made it that far and come back alive.
Promise me, you kids will stay away.
No, we're going there.
You wanted to speak with me, Lord Horde?
Yes, Force Captain. I wish to touch
Base.
see how my orders are being carried out.
Everything is running smoothly.
Does this mean Shadow Weaver has been transferred to Beast Island?
Yes, I sent her yesterday, just like you ordered. Believe me, we're never going to see her again.
Shadow Weaver escaped. I have to find her before Hordak learns. I have to find her before Hordak learns the truth.
Look at that fucking smug grin. It's that fucking laugh again. Like it's. Oh, back in the
I know your lack of security allowed Shadow Weaver to escape. I know you've been covering it up, but worst of all,
I gave you the chance to come clean.
to prove your worth to it was a test.
You failed. Damn. Oh, there's Shadow Weaver. Fucking made her way back. Damn, dude, just fucking snuck in like that. Alright. Well. Hordak's over here like, I gave you the chance to come clean. I'm over like, bitch, you're the one who's been fucking yelling at her and calling her useless and all that. You fucking expect her to actually come clean? Like, no. Man's out here thinking that you can get fucking trust like that? Nah, dog. Okay. well, that's how season 2 ended, so I guess we'll just have to see what Shadow Weaver has in store for Adora. But until then, I'm gonna go write some notes, and we will be right back to the center. You know, an interesting thought about the beginning, as Bo is trying to figure out what those words are and, like, what it, well, I mean, they know what the words are, but, like, what they mean exactly. But then he's, like, recording, because, you know, he's following what Entrapta is doing, and, like, he's talking to future Bo, you know, he's not talking to past Bo, obviously, but, yeah, I just thought it was an interesting thought in the fact that he's speaking into the future, but, like, his family wants to keep him in the past as, like, a historian. You know that thing that I was talking about in the last episode where I said that Catra has this thing where she keeps Shadow Weaver locked up, but she doesn't want Shadow Weaver to go. Exactly, right? It's that feeling of, I can enter this prison and I can talk to you whenever I want, but once I leave that prison, you are inside that prison and you are not going to follow me. And so now that Shadow Weaver's out, right? Here is Catra, who sees a shadow, right? Immediately assumes that it's Shadow Weaver, and screams, and then goes into a defensive position, you know, before realizing that, oh shit, I was just imagining this whole time. So I really like that. Again, it's that feeling of, I can come in, I can fucking talk shit to you, maybe even experience a little bit of that comfort. It's still, like, abuse and, like, toxic, but, you know, it's a comforting feeling. So, like, she wants to go in there, feel that bit of comfort, and then leave afterwards and not have to deal with, like, all the abusive and, like, horrible shit that she has to deal with from Shadow Weaver. But Shadow Weaver's gone now. Oh shit, she could be anywhere. And then with the whole thing of Horde, right? I thought that this was also kind of funny when Scorpia's telling Catra, like, yo, you need to tell me what you're looking for specifically, because if you don't, you're going to how am I supposed to find what you want, right? And then Catra's just like, if you just follow orders, you'll figure it out. It's just like, no, like, even if I follow your orders, like, you need to give me more fucking information. But Scorpia does this thing where she just fucking wraps her up in the fucking blanket and just fucking it's so funny. She's just, alright, I'm gonna rock you like a little baby. And then Catra's just fucking fighting in the fucking thing. Just, fucking stop it, get me out of here. Oh, dude. So fucking good. It's literally like a baby, right? Because, you know, babies, they like to have that feeling of, like, being wrapped around, you know, because it reminds them of being inside their mother's womb and all that, and that's how and it makes them feel safe and all that, you know. That's why you see mothers with, like, those fucking towels wrapped around their baby like this. But it is an interesting thought that here in this moment, Catra didn't want to say this to anybody. That Shadow Weaver's gone, because, you know, if words gets out, and she even says, like, what if Entrapta here says, we're not gonna tell Entrapta about this, and, like, here, where she lets down this moment of weakness, and she actually tells Scorpia what they need to do, boom! That fucking baby up on the ceiling is there, listening to her, and being a little smug shit about it. And man, you know, that would really fucking teach Catra to let her walls down again. You know, I never paid attention to what Lance was wearing. I only noticed it when they showed him, like, on the second floor looking down. And I was just like, is he wearing shorts? He is wearing shorts, but he's also wearing socks and sandals. Close enough to sandals, though. I did think that this part was funny, where he thought that he got a tattoo that says love, but it actually says lunch. Oh man, it's just like those poor people with like a Japanese character or a Chinese character, and they think that it looks cool and maybe is exactly what it is, but it's actually something completely wrong. Fucking great, dude. Alright, so that was Season 2, Episode 7 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty nice episode, a pretty nice ender. I certainly do feel like this is kind of like the middle school stage of of school. But like if you're here in America, you know, because the middle school stage is literally just 2 years in middle school and then you spend 4 years in high school, that sort of feel. And that this is just how season 2 feels in terms of like its short length. It's only 7 episodes. But also I really enjoyed this season in terms of it focusing more on Catra, and specifically like after the high that she has gotten in the ending of season 1. So I really like all that. I really like the little focus on Shadow Weaver and stuff, and we're gonna see her in the next season as well. We'll just have to see what she is up to, but I've just got 2 things to talk about this episode. The first one starting with Catra and, the lessons that she's going to learn through this whole spiel, because from the last 2, from this episode and seeing like where the hell Catra ended up, what is Catra going to learn? If a child goes through this environment and like they get constantly yelled at, being told that they're useless, they're gonna get tossed aside, especially if they get told if they are to say the truth. Like Catra has technically been kind of trying to tell Hordak like her truthful words, and that has done nothing but piss Hordak off. And so here she is in this moment where she's just like, oh shit, I've lost Shadow Weaver. I don't want Hordak to find this out, because I mean, if he finds out, then he's going to punish her, and she does not want that. And so she's been keeping that all a secret. And then here we have Scorpia coming in, fucking cuddling her and wrapping her up in a low blankie and everything, just to get Catra to tell the truth. But unfortunately, with her letting her guard down, there was the Robo Baby up top that heard everything, recorded it, and has already brought it over to Hordak immediately. So what did you learn, Catra? Don't open up to anybody. Don't let the secrets that you have out. Not even to someone like Scorpia. And it kind of goes back to like Scorpia being the person whose attitude much more fits the Bright Moon, but again, unfortunately, just her appearance scares people and whatnot. But she goes and Scorpia says, right, don't worry, we'll do this together. You and I, we can go and capture Shadow Weaver. Again, inadvertently making Catra open up. And like last episode, she opened up to Shadow Weaver and she got fucking used. And now here she is opening up to Scorpia, and that has been played against her. So like, again, what is a child to do if they are in this point of environment? If they've done something wrong, they've been telling their parents that this whole the truth, right, of their words, and their parents get mad. And then the one time when the parent asks, hey, how's this whole thing going on? And then you fucking lie to them because you feel like if you've been telling them the truth this whole time and they've just been getting mad. So it's just like, okay, fine, I'll just lie about it instead. And then the parents, aka Hordak, is just like, well, actually, I've got cameras set up around this house. I see that you didn't do your chores at all. I expected you to come clean. And like, maybe I would have given you another chance, but like, how the fuck was Catra supposed to know that you were going to give her another chance if she came clean when you haven't given that opportunity to her this whole fucking time? So Catra gets punished by the same thing that he did to her last time, right? He took the atmosphere out, he took the air out, and so Catra can't breathe. There's like light gravity in there just because you can see her hair floating, I would presume. I know your lax security allowed Shadow Weaver to escape. I know you've been covering it up, lying about her whereabouts. Yeah, and then again, the whole thing of like, oh, if you'd come clean, I would have let you go. You just made up that fucking rule. How is she supposed to know about the fucking rule? It's like the same thing that Scorpia asked to Catra. Like, hey, you need to tell me what you're looking for so I know what you're looking for. And Catra, going with the way how Hordak and Shadow Weaver does, right? She's just like, just fucking follow my orders, alright? It's the fucking boss that tells you to do something without giving you enough details. And then when you do it wrong, they get fucking mad at you because they didn't explain everything to you. Yeah. I mentioned that Bo did the puppy eyes. I just couldn't remember when he did it, but here he is doing the puppy eyes. You can see a lot of like Lance's traits coming out from it coming out through Bo. Anyways, heading on over to the meat of all of this, which is Bo's little backstory. Or according to Glimmer, I thought your past was going to be like painful or something, and that's why you didn't want to talk about it. But here you are with two dads who really love you, and you're just this person towards your dad, who's just you're a complete stranger to me. I don't know how I was going to say that sentence. Sorry, my words are all jumbled up right now. When you're with your dads, you are like a stranger to me. There you go. And Glimmer is just like, I thought we were friends, you know, you never told me about your past, and then like all of this comes up and she feels like, I don't even know who you are. And of course, Bo has to tell her that actually the person that you're seeing right now, you know, me in front of my dad's, that's not the real me. The real me is the person that you've been seeing this whole time. And as he says, his dads wanted him to be a historian and take over the library. They already had the plans all set up. And I mean, kind of understandable if like he has 12 older brothers and they're all historians and like the dads just expected him to become a historian because that was the pattern, the 12 brothers becoming historians and all that. But Bo is much more looking forward to the future than he is towards the past. And from what we learn about George is that he was a part of the First Princess Alliance. He fought for what he was right, but what he thought was right, but found his village in ashes by the end of it, and because of that, he vowed to never get his family mixed up in fighting. And I do wonder that this is a part of the Whispering Woods, right? I would assume this is part of the Whispering Woods. They just have a manor here, a library, a giant library here, just chilling. So, like, what was going on during, like, the freezing of the freezing of the Whispering Woods, you know? Like, 'cause they're not getting swapped around anymore. So, like, the Horde just didn't find them this whole time? I guess maybe they were just so much more focused, like, they had a one-track mind, so, like, they had a one pathway towards the Bright Moon and all that. And that's why they didn't find this manor, I would presume. I don't know. They didn't make mention of the siege of Bright Moon. So I don't even know if they, like, know about it. You know, like, no mention of, like, maybe they mentioned it to Bo when he first came, you know? You saw that fucking storm shit? God damn, dude, the whole forest was frozen over. Wild stuff, you know, wild stuff. But I do find it a little funny that it feels like Bo is in the closet. Okay, retry that one. Although I do find it kind of funny that Bo is in the closet. he's hiding his true self from his two fathers. And and he just comes out, you know? That's right, Dad. I'm not a historian. I'm a fighter. And it's that worry that, you know, kids who might be gay or might be trans and like they're afraid of letting that truth be revealed to their parents, especially if like they know that their parents are Christian or Catholics or something, and that they're very against their very being, right? And you know, we have George who says, I will never let my family get mixed up in fighting, and so that's why Bo is just like, I thought you hate fighters. and so I really, yeah, I would assume this is what they were trying to go for. And towards the end, you know, with Bo confessing to his dads and finding out that his dads still love him in the end. And again, with Bo saying, I thought you hate all fighters. But like, yeah, like your dad hate fighters, sure. But like, you are just an individual, right? You aren't a part. It's kind of like looking at the Horde and like seeing somebody like Scorpia or Entrapta, right? Like they're working on, we say the bad side, you know? But according to the Horde and the way that they're teaching their kids, the orphans, the princesses are the bad guys. You know, the winners are the ones who write history. So really depends, you know, if the Horde wins, then like they're gonna be the villains. Just because these people are working on the Horde's side, especially like these kids who were just orphans and they were raised like this, so they don't know any better. You can't just look at them and just be like, okay, they're fucking Horde scum, I'm gonna fuck them up. You know, I've actually have been recently watching more Avatar: The Last Airbender, and so I'm kind of thinking about Jet, right? He's the character who has suffered by the Fire Nation, but because of that, he's only able to see everybody within the Fire Nation as Fire Nation scum. Doesn't matter if they're an old man or what, I'm gonna fucking beat them up anyways, because fuck them, they're a part of the Fire Nation. So, it's that whole feeling, you know, maybe that's what Bo had thought, that he didn't want to break his dad's hearts and everything, but everything ended up fine, you know, everything ended up great. Good for them. Now I kind of wonder if, like, are we going to see Bo's 12 older brothers eventually? Anyways, with the help of George and Lance, they figured out that Serenia is a star, and, like, the whole thing that they were showing isn't particularly words, right? The thing that Bo's been trying to decipher. They're not exactly words, but they're constellations, and Serenia is a star. It's a constellation named after a mythical hero. Well, not a star. Constellations are a bunch of stars together. Anyways, I'll pretend I wrote that in my notes, and then, you know, hopefully by the time I look at these notes again, I won't forget why I wrote it like this. But they explain Serenia is a constellation that only appears in summer and is in the Crimson Wastes. It's a desert that it's like a no man's land. Anybody who comes into the Crimson Waste never comes back. So, is that Beast Island too? Like, apparently there's two places where if you go in there, you'll never go out. So there's Beast Island and the Crimson Wastes. Great stuff, you know? George and Lance is like, don't you kids go in there now. Too late, you guys showed them where it is, so they're gonna go there. And of course, since I'm rather fresh in Avatar: The Last Airbender right now, I'm just over thinking about, like, oh, Sozin's Comet. It's coming by the end of summer, right? Or, you know, this is like their mission to go find Roku or something, you know? It's in the Fire Nation. But, alright, as I said, I thought that this was a pretty good season in terms of, like, preparing everything that I assume is going to happen in Season 3 and, you know, onwards and everything. So I thought it was a nice build-up season, I mean. I think the only episode in these 7 episodes that I thought was pretty alright was probably episode 4, but again, I think that was just a very fan-servicey part of the season. It does, you know, help with, like, allowing Adora to be able to move on without having to hesitate on, like, what Catra is going to be doing. So, I like that in terms of episode 4, but every other episode's pretty fucking bangers. I really enjoyed all of them, and I think it's also because, like, Season 1 is past us. Like, I think I've mentioned in Season 1 that, like, I don't particularly enjoy the first half of the season as much. I mean, episode 1 and 2 are fine, but, like, afterwards, like, all the way until, like, episode 6 or 7 or something, I don't... actually, no, episode 7 is Shadow of Mysticor, isn't it? Anyways. Yeah, like, the first half, it's alright. The later half of Season 1, I really enjoyed, and because everything has been... not everything, but most of everything has been established, and the show gets to utilize all these characters that they've introduced, to use them a lot more. Yeah, we've seen the princesses a little bit more in terms of, like, working together and all that. Yeah, I just like this season. It was short, it was sweet, and it's building up to some cool shit, you know, kind of like towards the end, actually, where we see a sleeping Adora with Shadow Weaver standing right there, just had gone past security and all that. I mean, this room is kind of pretty open, you know. Actually, I was thinking about this room too, because I was like, you know, this whole place looked pretty open, you know. Hold on, there you go. Yeah, like, this is an open window. I mean, there's like a waterfall that goes down. It's like beautiful and everything, but is there mosquitoes in Bright Moon? Just asking for a friend. Are there mosquitoes? Because if there are, Jesus Christ, this is awful. I mean, if there were mosquitoes, I guess this could kind of act as like a bug net, maybe, just maybe. But yeah, Shadow Weaver's got some plans in store for Adora. I would assume she wants to get Adora back under her control, get her to learn strong magic, and just, you know, if she's been tossed aside by the Horde, if she's been tossed aside by Mysticor and perhaps even the Bright Moon Rebellion, then she's going to be fighting for herself now, right? We're gonna have a whole new side of just Shadow Weaver deciding that she's gonna become a mercenary. Sorry, not a mercenary. Well, I say mercenary because mercenaries are just... Well, I mean, mercenaries do... No, she's a third party, right? She's out here doing her own shit now, but we'll just have to see what she has in store. But other than that, again, really like this season. That was really fun. Can't wait for season 3. And if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.